Hey everyone, stick with us versus herd. If it's your first time here, let the content, hit subscribe. If you want to get notifications from when we post videos, tap the bell. If you want to subscribe to our Options Trading Live channel, link is below in the description. I go live Monday through Friday, 30 minutes before market open. And if you want to join our Discord and our options trading group on Facebook, link is below as well if you want to join our community, the UVH fam. Now, if you made money today, comment below, got paid. If you lost money today, comment below, learned a lesson, let me know what you did. I respond to every single comment every single day, so I want to know what you're doing, see if you made money, see if you lost money, see what you're learning from this whole process, because that's what this is all about. Learning, growing, making money. Sometimes we lose money. It is what it is, and we got to learn from it and move forward. So, and if you could do me a big favor, hit the like button for the YouTube algo. Really pushes the videos. It's free. I definitely appreciate it. Just hit the like button right now. Now, getting into it. There's a lot going on. I'll go over my plays going into tomorrow, kind of what I'm looking for into tomorrow. But first, what I want to cover is kind of the intraday price action. Today, I mean, Dow was up over 400 points, S&P's up over 50 points, NASDAQ up over 90 points. I mean, it was just crazy. This morning, we opened up. We did gap up, like SPY gapped up, but relatively flat. But stocks that have been hot, the cloud stocks, Apple, they just dropped like a rock. We had huge gap ups, and then we had humongous sell-offs. I mean, Apple had a 10-point sell-off right here, or 12 points almost. I mean, just crazy. Tesla sold off as well, and people are like, "Hey, what's going on? Why is this thing selling off?" People were going nuts because everyone's in Apple, everyone's in Tesla. Thankfully, I'm not in either of those right now, and I wasn't this morning. But I was in DOCU. I was up, $700 on my position. I mean, if you look right now on DOCU, I am up $275 on this position, up 23%, but I was up $700 on this position. And I was like, oh, well, we'll see what happens, because I was trading the pre-earnings run up. I mean, this thing opened up at 290, opened up at 282, pushed up to 290, came all the way down to 254 and 252 area before bouncing. But if you look at DOCU, it bounced basically where it bounced yesterday, around the 250 area. It bounced to 252 today and then grinded higher, 265 after hours. It's down a little bit, but after hours, it's going to do what it's going to do. So we'll see what happens. Right now, money is kind of flowing out of these and into other names. I mean, things are ripping. I mean, supposedly there's supposed to be some sort of vaccine. The CDC released some information about a vaccine being rolled out in like October or something, but I don't know. I think my personal opinion regarding like the vaccine and everything that's happening right now, I feel like they're just trying to push us out before the election, pump up some numbers. But, I mean, if you're facts tracking the vaccine like that, I mean, is it safe? I mean, do we have enough data? I don't know. I mean, obviously this is not what this channel is about, but there is concerns about fast tracking this. Mistakes are going to be made, not enough data. And, we don't want any, in terms of the markets, if something goes bad, we don't want any blowback, essentially. So my biggest concern right now is divergence. And if you're looking at like SPY, looking at everything, VXX and VIX, it's been rising pretty steadily the last 4 days. I mean, after bottoming out here at like 24, it's gone up 1, 2, 3, 4, like basically 5 days in a row. Meanwhile, looking at SPY also going up last 4 or 5 days in a row, or even more than that, like 7 days. So what's going to happen? TLT as well, 20-year bonds. I mean, these popped up back at 160. These popped up at 160, pumped up to 165 now. Bonds increasing, VXX volatility is increasing, markets going up. Something eventually has to give, and I'm kind of interested in seeing what happens. So this week, I'm probably going to start reducing some of my risk, reducing some of my size, and going in a little bit small. As you can see, I'm in a little bit thick right now. I did have a nice day trade today on Tesla. I played the Tesla bounce. I made $210 off the 440 call for next week expiration. So when Tesla dipped down today, I did trade. If you look in the bottom right hand corner here, I did trade this little dip right in here. I think I bought it at like 430 something, and it popped up to 445, and I sold it. And thankfully I did, because it really didn't go anywhere after after that. I mean, it did pop up to 449, but you're gonna, in this market, you're going to leave profits on the table. Don't be greedy. Don't be greedy. Look what happened to Lyft. I was up 700. Now I'm only up 275. I'm definitely, I mean, it was in DOCU, that trade did go negative on the day. So I'm definitely glad that I'm not negative on it anymore. So my plan is to kind of take it off tomorrow. Home Depot was grinding up. I was selling some premium in here, so I took that off. When you're selling a premium, it's kind of like a low and slow process. I was shorting some credit put spreads, so I made $64. I only had 2 of them, so it was relatively good. Now, Microsoft today is something that I'm watching, and while other stocks were selling off, stocks like Microsoft were not selling off. Microsoft was pumping up pretty high. It hit 232, almost 233, tapping all-time highs here. You can see that we had some little bullish momentum here. Pullback, and then we pushed up today. Even though some of the market was selling off, Microsoft said, no, we're going to be pushing higher. So I have a debit spread on there. And then Facebook as well. I mean, Facebook did take a beating earlier today, but had a huge reversal, almost a 10-point reversal there. And it's been kind of pinned around here, like 292 to 294 area, and then today it made decisions to the upside. Now, will it pump up above 304? Will it pump up at 305, 306? I mean, that's kind of to be determined. I don't know why I'm struggling here. Like, I do so many videos, and I'm definitely on the struggle bus today, but we're pushing through anyways. So Walmart Walmart closed green today, so I'm watching this. I have some credit call spreads, call debit spreads. Sorry, I have some call debit spreads. Man, I am really struggling today. They're currently up 94%, kind of holding on to that. Walmart had a really interesting, just kind of inside day. It was just kind of chilling. It consolidated, and it did gap up. It came down, but look, same thing as DOCU. Walmart came down to where it was yesterday's support and kind of grinded up a little bit higher. So yes, maybe Walmart didn't do that well. Maybe it needed a little break. Maybe, but people were acting like it was the end of the world for these stocks. And really what they were doing was revisiting support. It revisited support, and now it's obviously moving back up. So for Walmart, I'm still holding on. I'm in October expiration, but I'm going to have to start reducing some risk here because I think there's going to be some risk on the table with the market moving up, VXX moving up, TLT moving up. One thing that's not moving up is precious metals. They got obliterated. I mean, gold was down quite a bit today. So just be careful. I think that's the lesson this week is just be careful. I did trade RKT earnings. Now, RKT reported earnings. However, RKT is a little bit on the lower end right now. It's at 29, but I did sell some premium in there. If I go in, suck out some premium, but tomorrow's, let me just take out like 70%. So tomorrow I am currently short the 35 put and long the 25 put. And right now, if it stays around like 29, around here, 29.75 or 30, I'm basically break even here. Like 30 is where I'll start making money, and RKT is really just sitting on 30 right now. It's at 29.73. So if it just pushes a little bit higher, we'll make $100. Was a small trade, but RKT a little bit lower on earnings here. Also, I did trade PagerDuty because it was a cloud stock. Now, PagerDuty is doing horrible. It is down quite a bit right now. So it's down, 20%. So PagerDuty is a little bit, tomorrow, let me suck out some premium here. Let me just take it down to 100% here. Tomorrow, I'm probably going to be, right now it's at 26. I had a debit call spread. Sorry, I'm long the 40 strike, short the 150. And tomorrow down here, I mean, max loss is $1.70 because I paid $1.70 for it, which here. So max loss right now 27. Yeah, it's going to be down $164. So make some money on RKT, on Rocket, lose some money on PagerDuty. Probably going to break even or somewhere around there. Maybe lose $60, $70. Hopefully we'll pick that up somewhere else. And trading's a balance. So those trades didn't work out the way that I wanted to, but we'll see what happens. My goal for tomorrow, my big priority tomorrow is going to be DOCU. Now, DOCU, I am in a debit spread for September 18th. I'm long the 260 call, short the 310, and what we're looking at right now is if we can get this to pump up. I mean, I was definitely should have sold this morning around 280. But if this can pump up to 270, I definitely would be happy. I'd like to sell it and get out of it before earnings. I definitely don't want to hold it into earnings because DOCU, I mean, it's been running pretty hard. As long as it stays above 250, I think we'll be good. You know, risk is relatively low, but I mean, this thing just, it flew. I mean, it hit 290 today. Now it's at 265. I mean, people got beat up. Some people even blew up their accounts. You know, they were in the Discord like, hey, I blew up my account. What should I do? What you should do, if you blew up your account over a day like today, you need to sit out, focus on your process, paper trade until you can paper trade profitably. Then you shouldn't risk more money. Don't fund your account. Don't go in and say, hey, let's try to fund the account and make it back. Like, it's not going to be a good situation. Apparently, your process is broken. Focus on your process. Come back. Once you're paper trading successfully, come back into the market, use real money. And people are like, well, it's not the same because I don't have real money at risk. Just focus on the process. Just pretend it is real money. Like your life depends on it. But DOCU's actually down a little bit right now. After hours, kind of coming down. Probably PagerDuty is bringing it down. So we'll see what happens. So if you watch this video to the end, comment watch to the end, and as always, stay safe, stay green. It's us for cert.